Hello everyone, this is Tal Golden with the Deep Zone, where symbol and number meet the heart and mind. I'm going to get right to it tonight. I left off on Zedekiah's cave, and that's where I'm going to pick up. The last time we looked at this, we were looking at the number 119 and how all these other words match the gematria of Zedekiah's cave. Now, if you haven't checked out the last video and you're not familiar with Zedekiah's cave, it's also known as King Solomon's Quarries, and that is a legendary spot where the stone that went to build the first two temples was quarried from. Okay, it's very famous. It's like an attraction nowadays. Or you can take tours of it. It's a pretty good size area, and it's about 30 feet underneath the stone of Jerusalem, underneath the Muslim quarter. And Freemasons also attach a lot of importance to Zedekiah's cave because it's associated with King Solomon. King Solomon is credited with being one of the first Freemasons. And Solomon's temple plays very, very big into Freemasonic symbolism. So we can see how all these things fit together. But the main thing I want to show you tonight, which is a real-world confirmation of what we're talking about in gematria. When you go to the Wikipedia article for Zedekiah's cave, you go all the way down to the bottom of the page, footnote number 7. If you click on that link, it's going to take you to the site that looks like this. Now, that's the link right here on the blog if you care to click on that when you get done watching the video, if you want to come check it out at thedeep.zone. But anyway, it's volume 119. You can see that is the volume number for the archaeological report by the Israeli Antiquities Authority. So we can see how the gematria of Zedekiah's cave matches up with the volume number of the archaeological report. Well, how did that happen? Coincidence, right? Well, no, let's hold off on that one right there, because the date numerology also has something to tell us. Because the date, December 18th, 2007, when you add up the numbers, adds up to 57. Now, as you know, we've been discussing May 7th, 5-7, in the study already. So the archaeological report reflects the gematria and the numerology and the date numbers of the birth of the Antichrist, Zedekiah's cave. All these things come together. And I'm not saying that the ceremony that happened there on May the 7th, 1873, just like it says on Wikipedia. It's very vague about what happens there, what the ceremony entailed, but we can see from the symbolism. So that's the main thing. It's symbolism. There was probably not an actual birth there, but the idea of the birth of the Antichrist, this beast system, where the world's people, I mean, like are held in thrall by a world oligarchy, who are united, by oaths of blood secrecy. Okay. That's what we're talking. That's the Antichrist right there, okay? That's the thing that we've got to stand up against. So it's very important to remember this. We're talking about symbolism here, not literal interpretation of the Bible, because see, that's the game that they use. That's the weapon they use over the masses. When they get people to believe that things are actually going to happen, they've got us, okay? So we got to get away from that. We got to grow up and realize that these are stories that have sacred significance in one context, but they're being manipulated and twisted into something evil by a group of people who have nothing good in mind for the rest of us. All right? Now, as we continue, now if we look at the date numerology from May 7th, 1873 to December 18th, 2007, that's a span of 134 years, 7 months, 11 days. Now, for those of you that are familiar with Zach Hubbard's work, 134 is huge, because the date we're talking about, Tisha B'Av, August 11, 2017, it equals 134. You can see that it looks like, more than likely, this planning that continued from centuries, it looks like, continues from May 7, 1973, all the way through December 18, 2007. They're working with the same set of numbers, the same set of ideas, the same agenda. All right? We can see how it's all coming together. Tisha B'Av, 134. The 9th of Av, which is another way of saying it. A kind of an anglicized version of Hebrew, the 9th of Av. 134. Netanyahu, the Yahoo conservative quote leader of Israel, the Zionist thug Netanyahu, 134. Terrorize, 134. Impeach, 134. That may be part of this the scheme too, to really get things chaotic. And make America great again. The phrase that that we've had to put up with for the last few years, 134. Okay. So we say all that works together. Now, the last part of the date. All right, now what about the 7 months and 11 days? How does that work out? Well, now in gematria, in reverse single reduction, Antichrist equals 77. But that's not the only word. The words United States, Judaism, Zionist power, all those equal 77. All right? December 18th leaves 13 days on the calendar year. Now, we know how important 13 is, to this group. 13 colonies, 13 stars, 13 stripes. You know the drill. All right. And that all that takes us back to the birth of Antichrist ritual, May 7, 1873. Tal Golden, The Deep Zone. Check out my channel. Check out my blog.